lined up a touchdown. Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Walker, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Eagles nothing.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
On second down, a run with Hall. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, right back to Hall. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Eagles at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's Jackson to throw. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. Here's Watson. That one complete to Hill. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39. And obviously that's well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Corey Bajorquez now. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. When they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Jackson on 1st down. And that's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position, and even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now here's Ross. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, 31!
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This one grabbed by A.J. Green.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Throw left side, complete. That's Sanders. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Watson now to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's a lot of good on that play when we see the big fella take it and rumble into the secondary. But how about the big part of it? Taking care of the football. He doesn't carry it very often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get it popped free. Unlike Mike Tolbert in Super Bowl 50, carrying the ball popped free, turnover, and it hurt his team.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and goal, here's an option play left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They'll try and run Walker. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or set packages, don't they?
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Watson. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
On first down, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Walker once more. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And caught right side, Green. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. A.J. Green, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Watson off play action. Green with a catch left side.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
To throw is Watson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. From the gun on 3rd, Watson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
Room here to run. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. 20. 10. Touchdown. Philadelphia. Breece Hall in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Back to throw, Watson. Looking for Campbell downfield.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Straight ahead, Walker.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, here's Watson. he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He was brought down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he'll just get rid of it.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Emmanuel Sanders, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 141 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Second and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Paul ought to give up the middle.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Jackson.
And that'll be caught by Tony. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ball again on 2nd down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Jackson now.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Ready?
Jackson. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Kadarius Toney.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off of play action, it's Watson. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Walker now on first and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Walker. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deshaun Watson, 34 yards. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Oh, we're ready.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson will throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hopkins.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now it's Jackson.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
They'll give to Hall. $163 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
No, we changed it.
They'll run with Hall.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Now Jackson. Quick hitch, complete. It's Hall. Touchdown, Eagles!
Breece Hall He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Trying the left side with Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ken Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
One last shot for Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Steelers, the loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take